Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. This is Joe Nicasi. I'm a business mentor. Just a little life coaching that comes with that. I'm the creator of the Employee Escape Plan. I help people start and grow businesses. And the topic of tonight is why do we need boundaries in our relationships? And I've learned that you need boundaries in your personal life. Fire your flaky friends. Get rid of the toxic people. It's one thing to have people, we need to love everyone. We're commanded to, but that doesn't mean you have to like the way everybody behaves. And that, we need to create boundaries in our life, in our relationships. And this is especially true in your business. A lot of people want to pick your brain for free, and that's not healthy. So let's get a little deeper into this. We all know someone that oversteps their boundaries frequently. Sometimes it's because they didn't know that a border existed. We weren't clear about what we viewed as appropriate or inappropriate behavior. Sometimes the offender knows fully well where the lines are drawn and they intentionally keep stepping over them. And that's not allowed, you know. Speaking of boundaries, what's the definition of a boundary? Since 1828, Webster's dictionary has been telling us that words and phrases mean. Turning to that trusted source for the meaning and definition, we find this: a boundary is something that indicates it fixes a limit or an extent. Boundaries are your limits. You need to let people know what your limits are. That's pretty straightforward. Boundaries are often clearly marked on a map. You can see where one state, territory, or country ends and another begins. Boundary lines are used to denote ownership of land. You teach your dog where the yard ends. You teach your children, to not play in the street. And your neighbors begin, uh, you know, where does your yard end? Where does the neighbors begin? So your dog will do your business on 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 your neighbor's lawn, not yours. Okay. There's also virtual boundaries. Most people know when they're out in public, they should give strangers their personal space. That boundary can't be seen. It's not necessarily visible, but the area immediately around someone is their space. In karate, we call this a ma. It's understanding that distance and that space bubble. There are boundaries in some relationships, but not all of them. Some people mistakenly uh, keep from establishing clearly defined borders with their friends, mates, loved ones, and coworkers. This can lead to chaos, stress, confusion, and hurt feelings. If you don't have clear boundaries, it's confusing. So, boundaries are meant to keep the peace. Without clearly defined lines on your highways, massive traffic pileups and accidents would be the norm. Painted lines, traffic signs, traffic lights, and blinking roadway signs let you know where you can and can't go. They give you marching orders for safety. You can reach your destination uh, without without a lot of stress or anxiety. You'll get there much quicker than if you didn't have those instructions, borders, and boundaries. That's exactly why you need boundaries in your life. Borders, boundaries, and lines in the sand let people know you know, where you end and where they begin. They allow you to move through life with more peace of mind and clarity of action. They lead to healthier relationships and let people you care about know that you think enough of them to share important limits and boundaries that define you. Simply put, establishing and enforcing boundaries boost your mental health and your wellness. Psychiatrists will tell you that feeling out of control is one of the top complaints by adults in our 21st century. Boundaries give you and others control by clearly defining appropriate and inappropriate behaviors and actions. You owe it to yourself and the people you care about to communicate the boundaries you need to give them the best version of yourself. And again, I'm Joe Nicasia. I'm a business mentor, and boundaries in your business are important, especially if you're work from home or running your own business. Digital nomad. You got to learn your boundaries if you're traveling on business. Um, you need to let your customers know your boundaries. You need to let prospects know your boundaries. I have a boundary. I do something free called Let Me Buy an Hour of My Time. If you go to EmployeeEscapePlan.com, you can schedule an appointment with me and I will give you some free time. Now, here's the deal. The first one's on me, but I can't give, somebody 6 months of free time. Okay. And I have a healthy boundary. So I'll give you an hour of my time, but after that, I become compassion for hire. If you pay me, I care. If you don't pay, I don't care. Okay. That's a boundary I've established because I will always pay it forward. I will always give you that chance to have that first conversation with me. And it's gratis. It'll be value added. It won't be some big giant sales pitch. It'll be here to, look, I'm here to help. If you want more, I have healthy boundaries, and it's important. It's actually one of those things that's saved my business. As a consultant, one of the biggest enemies of consulting is free, unpaid consulting. I will give you, a certain amount of consulting, but at some point we need to establish some ground rules. So if you need setting up boundaries in your business, if you need to build a better business, if you are looking to generate leads, if you're looking to close sales, if you're looking to, understand the rules and principles of what makes a business work, reach out to me at EmployeeEscapePlan.com. Grab a spot on my calendar. Let me buy an hour of my time. And if you want the help's available. This is Joe Nicasio. God bless you and have an amazing day.